Welcome to Freedo Game of Alchemy. You've chosen mind to journey with today. The blue at the bottom, the triangle, represents the throat chakra. So this is all about communication, also about action. So not just communication through our words, although that is very important. It's also to do with our action, how we communicate through our body communication. So that's really important in this card. If you look at the card, it's like a conductor conducting, the orchestra, like the different instruments, the different musical instruments. So this is all about using your mind to actually create something harmonious within the word you've chosen. So there's always different parts of that word that you've chosen that make up the word, and depending on how well you understand and are in control of those different parts of your word will depend on how harmonious the word becomes for you, how well you can guide it and use it. So just like a conductor, if one of the instruments is a bit off, this will create something disharmonic. If you don't guide them correctly, in the right order, in the right way, you're not going to get something so beautiful out of it. So this is really important. It's the same as if you're making something, if you're cooking something or making a cake, you've got the ingredients of the cake, but if you're making a chocolate cake and you put in all different ingredients and they're not quite right, you might put too much chili in, or too much salt, or too much sugar, or too much whatever, and you don't put them in the right order. Sometimes you don't cook it in the right order. Maybe you overcook one of the ingredients, you're going to get something disastrous. Whereas if you get everything right, you know your ingredients, you know how to put them together in the right order, in the right way, you'll get something beautiful. So this is the same with your word. So you need to have a look at the different parts, how your word is connected to your life, the different elements of it. So if you're looking at something like relationship, think about all the parts that make up a good relationship or make up a relationship. There's the two people, there's your energy, your personalities, there's there's things you might clash in, your personality or your energy. There's the things that you do together, living together or not living together, within the same space. Maybe one's tidy, one isn't. So there's all different parts that make up that particular word, that experience, that journey, and you need to understand each of those parts and to be able to know how to use them in the right way. If you're communicating to your partner or to anybody and you jumble up your words, you're not going to make any sense. They're not going to understand what you mean, and vice versa. So this card is about action, it's about communication. So it's about thinking about also, how do you get from A to B to C to D? How do you get from where you are now into your dream way of being with your symbol, with your word you've chosen? How do you get there? What do you need to do? What steps do you need to take to get there? So if your word is success or money or job or relationship, or even like you want to get rid of some phobia, that's like the result, that's the goal. But the steps, this is all about the steps you need to make to get there. So imagine you want to get, 1 mile away from where you are now, 1 kilometer away. You can't do that in one step. So you're going to need to take many steps. If you only could see 5 steps of getting there, and there was more than 5, you're still not going to be able to make it. And you might not realize why. If you're missing steps, you don't know what they are. Or you're trying to open a new business and there's certain steps needed. You need to go to the bank, you might need to lend money. So all you can see is, I need to go to the bank, I've got to make an appointment, speak to the bank manager, and then he'll give me money. But you might be missing a step earlier on, which is you might need to make a business plan. And that's what the bank manager will probably tell you. Go back and make a business plan. And then you might find, well, I don't know why I can't make the business plan. Perhaps you need to have a step before that. You need to learn how to do it. You need to go onto the internet and check it out. You need to speak to your accountant maybe, and check that out and get some help. Maybe you need to make time for that. That could be another step before that even happens. Often we're not doing things because we haven't scheduled in time as a step. So this is really, really important. It's a real art. It's action planning. And if you get action planning right, your steps will be very easy, because getting anywhere in life actually should be very simple and direct. But if you're not making it simple and direct because you don't know how to, you're going to be having a problem. You're not going to get there, and you're just going to be stuck and not knowing how to move forward, and getting stressed and looking at different ways of getting there, or not understanding maybe that's not where you want to get to, and then you go off on a tangent in another direction just because you don't know the steps. So this card is always all about making clear steps. So if you can write down steps from now, your first step leading all the way to becoming a master of your word that you've chosen, have a think about it. It's work, you know, it takes time. This is just a reading, so I'm just giving you some concepts of it in this way. So this is so powerful. So if you want to go deeper and learn how to do this, then click the button below and you can go on a deeper journey where we'll give you a meditation, we'll guide you through an activation, we'll give you daily rituals to really help ground this concept in and get you actually creating clear, simple, direct action steps towards your goal, your dream. And if you want something more personal, then contact us and one of the Freedo guides or myself will give you a one-to-one session. You can always come on our retreats, our sister website, Freedo Retreats, 7 a year or 8 a year we do. That's fabulous. Come on to one of those. Or if you want to become a Freedo guide, so contact us for that, because that's terrific. You can become a Freedo guide, and it's great for you to learn for yourself, for your own life, and also you can facilitate Freedo, Game of Alchemy, to others. So hope you could take something from the reading, and remember, keep living the dream.